Welcome to my kitchen. Today I'm going to teach you how to feed your sourdough starter. I've been doing sourdough for 3 years now. My name is Sandy-Kaye and let's dive right into it. 2 flours that I have experience using with my sourdough starter is white all-purpose flour and whole wheat flour. This I ground myself and it's a mixture of hard soft white and hard red wheat. It does make a difference in just how heavy the sourdough starter is. When I use the whole wheat, it seems to be a little more thicker and dense, and it's just a little bit more lighter and fluffy with all-purpose flour. So you can kind of think ahead depending on what recipe you're making and decide what flour you want to feed it with. As you can see, my sourdough starter is nice and bubbly. I just got it out of the refrigerator. I'm going to be using the all-purpose flour today. So you might hate me or love me depending on what kind of baker you are, but you just dump it in, folks. No measuring, no fuss. Dump it in, and you're gonna get some water. I always use filtered water. It's all about the consistency. You want like pancake batter. Like I can already tell I don't have enough water because it's still floury. You scrape the sides, and I just use a butter knife and really get it all mixed in there until you get all the clumps out. Basically just like pancake batter. So this is the consistency you're going for. Now that you've got it fed, a lid on, and this allows air. You do not want a sealed tight lid. You've got a loose lid and you're good to go. So here's how it looks right now after being fed. There is no exact measurements, and that's what I love about sourdough. It's all about what it looks like. If it looks too runny, you can always add a little bit more flour, vice versa. Ratio of water to flour is about 1 part water to 3 parts flour, so there is more flour than water. Really, sourdough starter is not that scary. It's hard to kill. Don't leave it on your stovetop. Don't get it too hot, and don't let it get too cold. But honestly, when you're not going to use it, it can be vacant in the fridge for 2 weeks and then just feed it after the 2 weeks. If it goes a little longer, you're going to be fine. It will get something called hooch on the top, fermented alcohol. It smells super strong if you smell it. So I always just pour it off. A little mark so I know where my sourdough started. I'm going to set mine in the windowsill right up here. It is now 3 hours later on our sourdough starter. Looking nice and bubbly. You can see our line right here, and it grew to right there. It's now 8 o'clock. I used my sourdough starter to make some pizza for dinner. That's what that big red bowl of sauce was homemade pizza sauce. After you feed your sourdough starter, the prime time to use it is between 2 to 4 hours, unless it's really cold in your house or you fed it a lot of flour, a big volume. Then it may take up to 12 hours, or you can even use it up to 24 hours. It will have more deflation, won't be as fluffy, and at its prime, not as big and bubbly. Here is what my sourdough starter looks like after being used for dinner. Don't mind my kids using the toilet right now. Anyway, I'm going to feed it one more time. I'm now going to show you feeding my sourdough starter again. So if you'd like to see a version of actually measuring a cup of whole wheat flour with a 1/3 cup of filtered water, keep on watching. So for those that like measuring, there's 1 cup of whole wheat flour. There's a 1/3 cup and a 1/3 cup. Now let's mix that up. Did you ruin it? Yeah. Uh-oh. Okay, Rick, I'll give it back. So the 1 cup of flour to a 1/3 cup of water should be pretty accurate. Looks pretty good. I could add a little bit more water because it's pretty thick. But if anything, you want to err on the side of being a little more thicker, because if it's too soupy, too runny, then it will not rise well. So here's a little bit more of a thicker pancakey batter still will work just fine. I hope this way of feeding your sourdough starter made it seem a little bit less overwhelming so that you will get started and try out some of those delicious sourdough recipes. I am planning to do a sourdough series, so do subscribe if you want to see more sourdough recipes and cooking and tips. Catch you in the next video. Bye.